Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hi.
to the session of Samvaad by Get My University. So today we have a very special session that every medical aspirant, every medical doctor, every practicing doctor, they look forward for this kind of session, a resourceful session. Today, I have with me team of doctors, team of finest elite of doctors, practicing physicians at United States of America. Friends, getting into a you know getting into a medicine as a physician at USA, it's being an inspiration for everyone, right. So you have finest doctors, but yes, this whole process of cracking through USA, getting into USA, it is a long process. It comes with a lot of challenges, it comes with a lot of patience, and also a very specific and very right mentorship. Friends, today I'm happy to announce I have with me a team of doctors, attending physicians in United States of America. All the doctors, they have taken their precious time just to share their experiences, how they have crossed how they have passed on their Indian journey and they have landed into America. So friends, I'll start the session and I would like to welcome my respective doctors. I have with me Dr. Ammar Qureshi. Dr. Ammar Qureshi, he is a MS in orthopedic surgery from Bangalore Medical College and Research Institute in Bangalore, graduated 2015. Postdoctoral research fellowship from Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. He's done his MD internal medicine from Eisenhower Medical Center, University of California, Riverside School of Medicine, California, graduated 2021. Currently, Dr. Ammar Qureshi is the Chief Resident of Internal Medicine Residency Program at Eisenhower Health, affiliated with University of California, Riverside School of Medicine. Dr. Umar has done extensive research in internal medicine, gastroenterology, and orthopedics with publications, abstracts, and conference presentations all across the world. He's also worked as a faculty and academic hospital at Eisenhower Medical Center, California. Dr. Umar has also a teaching experience and he's greatly tutoring students for medical education in USMLE Step 1, Step 2, CK, and CS. Dr. Umar, I would like to welcome you for this wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Next, with me, I have Dr. Uvesh Mansuri. Dr. Uvesh is MD and MPH. Dr. Uvesh Mansuri, he is MPH, Master of Public Health from ICAM School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, New York, graduated in 2017. MD Internal Medical Residency from Medstar Health Internal Medical Residency Program, affiliated to Georgetown University, graduate 2021. Dr. Uvesh has a research experience with multiple publications, 50 plus research papers, abstracts, and conference presentation in the field of pulmonology, critical care, and gastroenterology. Dr. Umesh is currently working as attending physician at Medstar Good Samaritan Hospital, Department of Critical Care, Medicine at Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Again, Dr. Uvesh has a teaching experience of 100 plus medical students and residents. Dr. Uvesh, thank you for sparing your precious time. Welcome to this session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Uh, I have with me Dr. Shreebnivas Ashok Srinivasan. Dr. Shreebnivas is MD Internal Medicine Residency from Medstar Health Baltimore program, affiliated to Georgetown University, graduated 2021. Currently working as attending physician at Medstar Washington Hospital Center, Department Medicine in Washington, D.C., USA. And also, he is USMLE tutor at Alpine, New York for over 100 medical students, and IMG is preparing for USMLE STEP program. Dr. Srinivas, I would like to welcome you for this session.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. And also, I have with me my esteemed guest, Dr. Urvish Patel. Dr. Urvish Patel has done his MPH Biostatistics, Master in Public Health from Eichland School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, New York, graduated 2015. Postdoctoral spoke epidemiology from ICANN School of Medicine in Mount Sinai, New York, co-founder and chief education officer, Research Update Organization. He's also an experience of clinical research education of over 250 medical students, IMGs, and residents during a short span of 4 years. Dr. Urvish is acclaimed with a lot of recognitions. He's AHA Junior Investigator Award. He's got Stroke Minority Travel Grant, ANA Travel Awards, ISMMS Graduate School Travel Award, and Young Investigator Award in Clinical Cardiology, and have featured by CDC, WHO, Practice Update, Consultant 360, and Medscape. Dr. Uvesh Patel is also co-author of 140 plus research paper abstract and conference presentation with 700 citations. Oh, Doctor, welcome, Dr. Urvish, to this session. Such a wonderful introduction, such a rich experience that you are carrying to this platform. I'm so delighted, doctors, to you have on this session.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. And finally, in the team, we have Dr. Shantanu Solanki. Dr. Shantanu is MPH from Iklan School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. He's a MD Internal Medical Residency from New York Medical College at Westchester Medical Center, New York. Academic titles: he's Assistant Professor of Hospital Medicine at Jinsinger Commonwealth School of Medicine, Pennsylvania, attending hospitalist at Guthrie Medical Center, Pennsylvania, and he's a lot of teaching experience of over 100 medical students and 100 internal family medicine residents during a short period of 6 years. Also, he's a co-author of First Aid of Step 1, 2012, and 100 plus research paper. Dr. Shantanu Solanki, because of his engagements, he's not able to make to this session. But yes, being an integral part of this session, I would like to welcome him as well into this session. And also, my esteemed guest, Mr. Somesh Khandelwal. Mr. Somesh Khandelwal is representing Angeles University Foundation, the most prestigious and academically oriented university in Philippines. Angeles University Foundation is setting the bar high. There are many universities in Philippines, but when it comes to academic nurturing, academic quality, peace of mind, the best, that is under the leadership, under the guidance of Mr. Somesh Khandelwal. Sir, would like to welcome you for this session, Mr. Somesh.
Thank you, Anuj.
Sir, Mr. Somesh, thank you. So post this wonderful introduction, sir, let's come to the main topic and the session. The session is open for doctors. So my first question comes to Dr. Shreebnivas. Dr. Shreebnivas, when it comes to practicing United States of America, right? It comes with a lot of opportunities, a lot of benefits. There's a lifestyle, aspiration a student look forward for. Yeah. But also it comes with challenges and comparison. So, I would like you to please guide me in all the aspects, how the medical education of USA in comparison with India, what are the rewards and recognition and the challenges that comes along with us?
Thank you, Anuj. Yeah, that's a very loaded question. Let me address that one at a time. So as far as practicing in USA, as far as opportunities go, it is a leading healthcare system in the world. They make cutting edge, research, and research papers, guidelines are all dictated by a lot of medicine that's practiced here in the US. We also have, a lot of, ability to be practicing elsewhere in the world. So if you get a degree in the US, practicing elsewhere in the world becomes easier. Example, like you can go to Dubai, you really don't need to take any additional exams. You can practice in India, you get a better position just because it's a much more widely recognized degree. The ability to be published in journals, get recognized overall by your peers in the medical community. I think that's a huge opportunity that you get here in the US. As far as benefits go, you have great work-life balance. You have a good salary to help support you, your family, and your lifestyle here in the US. It's a very good support system at work. So as far as, nurses, technicians, pathologists, other consultants go, they are all very helpful. And they provide you with a good support system that you need to enjoy your work. So I think those are like the main benefits that I personally find great here in the US. Lifestyle wise, again, like I said, you have a great work-life balance. You get to dictate your time at work, how many days you want to work, how many days you would like to take off. And you get a lot of time off. They give you your schedule in advance. It's almost a year in advance. You can pick your schedule. You know when you're going to be off. You can plan your vacations. You can really plan your life based on your schedule. And once you're done from work, you're done. You don't have to think about what's happening at work because you have colleagues that are very well trained to take care of your patients. So definitely lifestyle wise, it is more suitable. Practicing in US has major advantages. Challenges, yes, there are definitely challenges to practicing here in the US. One is adjusting to a new culture and country. Things run somewhat differently over here. Things are more organized. Things are somewhat systematic. Some people have issues getting visas. Some people have issues, everybody has sort of, financial issues, things like that. So those are some challenges that people can face. Exams are obviously a challenge. Getting used to this work environment and the culture at work here is also a challenge. But I think all of those are easily overcome if you approach it in the right manner. You said something about comparison, comparing practice here with practice back in India. I would say definitely there's a better work culture here. People are very professional. Even when you interact with your patients, you realize that there is a lot of this mutual respect between a doctor and a patient. You have again, like I said, the support system really comes into play here because, you don't have to overstep your comfort zone to take care of a patient. If you're not comfortable doing something, you can always call in a specialist and they are more than happy to take care of it. You don't get paid here based on referrals. So you can refer a patient to a cardiologist, say, for example, or a neurologist, and they're more than happy to come see them and provide you with their insight regarding how to take care of the patient. I really think that to sum it all up, practicing here in the US has it's been a great experience. It's a world of difference as far as practicing in India versus US as far as lifestyle goes, for sure. I really think I'm able to give time to my family and my friends, myself, enjoy what I like to do, and pick up hobbies and things like that, while also being able to work, get that satisfaction of being a doctor and taking care of my patients here in this country.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Shreebnivas, for enlightening us on this basic aspect of education and the lifestyle. Coming to the second part, I would like to take this question to Dr. Uvesh. Dr. Uvesh, as we discussing USMLE, so there's a pathway. And, my question comes like, what all it needs to be done, right? What are the steps a person or a student or a medical aspirant needs to follow so as to see himself or herself in the American education system?
Thank you, Mr. Anuj. Thank you for the question. Actually, first and foremost, the USMLE pathway, it's a very long process. First of all, students need to graduate from accredited medical school, irrespective anywhere in the world. Then, if you want to be a practicing physician in US, the law says you have to be trained in US, at least for 3 years. So to get that training, to get your postgraduate training, students have to finish the USMLE exam, the United States Medical Licensing exam. It consists of 3 steps. USMLE step 1, which kind of focuses on more non-clinical, basic medical subjects like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. And then step 2, which consists of 2 parts. The first is the clinical knowledge exam, which consists of basically the clinical subjects like medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN, and surgery. So there have been some recent changes in the USMLE STEP exams. The first thing is before the pandemic hit, they used to have clinical skill exam, which used to be the second part of the step 2 exam. But because of the COVID ECFMG have stopped conducting that exam, and instead students have to take OET exam, which is basically an occupational English language testing exam. It's a similar exam that students take when they go to UK when they apply for lab. Then the last step is step 3. You don't require it before you apply for residency, but it is recommended, because if you don't take it before residency, you have to take it mandatory before the end of the first year of your residency training after you match. Other than that, there are other important mandatory stuff that students need to do other than taking the exam before they can apply for residency and interview and match into a program of their choice. Most of the programs, they require at least 3 to 6 months of US clinical experience. So basically, students have to rotate in different hospitals all across US. Wherever for that, they have to apply. And then they have to get a certain time limit or number of weeks that they can work in a hospital under an attending physician, shadow them, get some experience. And eventually, at the end of the rotation, the attendings, depending how their work was, the students get a letter of recommendation. So I say programs require minimum 3 months because you need to work at least 1 month with an attending to get that letter, because that's how they evaluate the performance, how the medical knowledge is, what's their baseline, and if they will be fit to be trained into a US medical residency program. So when you apply for residency, you have to have at least 3 letter of recommendations, which is the minimum. And I think maximum is 4. If you do not have those, your application shows as incomplete. Now, given that the USMLE is very, very competitive, people from all over the world, they apply to get trained in US. So there is very slim chance of error. So students usually have their profile, overall built up complete before they apply for residency. So these are the main gist that you need to do before you apply. There are some other non-mandatory, but they are kind of sort of mandatory that students are required to. Given in US, if you're getting trained in medical specialty, you have to be versed with research. So it is a lot of programs they do consider if you have some research profile. So a lot of students, they do work as some students do like postdoctoral fellowship. Like I myself did like a master's in public health, and I worked on a lot of outcomes-based research. And that's how I built up my profile. And that kind of helped me a lot to have an extra degree and have the research on my CV. And it kind of helps the candidate to stand apart from thousands of applications the program gets. So after all of these things are done, you apply and then you get interviews. There is a certain timeline. So every year in September, second week of September, the application cycle opens and you need all of these things ready. Then there is an electronic residency application software where students make their account. They upload all the documents, all their CV profile, everything is uploaded. And then they send out the applications to how many programs they want. And then the whole interview cycle goes on up till December or January latest. And then you get the results in March of that year. And then you start your resident training from July. So this is kind of a brief overview of what the students need to go through. Obviously, there are a lot of minute details in each and every step of the way. And I don't think we have that kind of time to go over, it's like every step would be like an hour session. But basically, this is the basic gist of what it takes to get through the USMLE pathway programs.
So very elaborately and very categorically explained, Dr. Uvesh. Thank you for explaining it for our audience. But the process that you've explained is an enormous process, right? And this whole journey, a student or a medical aspirant, serious people, they would like to go for a mentorship. Like the doctors are here, they have a USMLE pathway program, whereby the doctors are taking aspirants step by step and they're guiding them for cracking out the USMLE and guiding at every level. So over here, my next question comes to Dr. Ammar. Dr. Ammar, this USMLE pathway program, how are you orienting this pathway program? what are the steps that we are taking, and how is it really helping the students in reaching out to the final destination of USMLE?
So, as part of the mentorship program, we are a part of the International Foreign Medical Graduate Education Institute. So, we basically divide our course into 5 aspects. One is USMLE mentorship counseling. We will train students in step 1 in giving the exams, the step 1 exam, the step 2 CK exam, and the OET, and step 3. So we'll be giving them courses. The next step is also we'll be helping them with some clinical research, getting them involved and in some clinical research and getting them involved in gaining US experience before they apply for residency. And then, we'll also train them in giving interviews and preparing and helping them and guiding them in preparing their applications. So what our mentorship counseling is as a part of IFMGE is that, we'll provide one-on-one counseling with students who will come to us to guide them through the process of, the timeline and what they need in their application, which candidate is the best for which of our programs. And then we'll guide each and every step of their journey from beginning from the USMLE exams. We'll try to prepare their whole package and their pathway, which includes, making their preparing their externships, preparing their applications for the residency application. We'll also be tutoring them with live online and recorded sessions. We'll cover all the subject matter for the step 1, the step 2, and the step 3 exams, as well as the OET exams. We'll incorporate USMLE, the question banks, the standardized question banks, and give the students some unique exam taking strategies, and just to evaluate them and just to help them score very well in their exams, so that to make them more competitive candidates. The next step is also, we'll help them gain some valuable US medical experience in the United States, which is a very important aspect of their application. In this way, they get to network with physicians in the United States, get some letter recommendations, which is very mandatory for them to apply for residency. In this way, they'll also get an opportunity to see firsthand, how medicine is practiced in the United States. Then, another a large chunk of our program is that we'll also be involving them in research. So we have a 6 months research certification course where we'll train them and guide them in how to be excellent researchers and make them more competitive candidates for residency. And overall, by when their application is ready, we help them make their application. We help them prepare them for the interviews if they get any. We prepare them to make their personal statements, and we we help them, guide them to prepare the whole application, and give them like one-on-one interview sessions so that they can excel this whole process of the USMLE pathway.
Wonderful. I'm really excited about this program, and definitely, doctors, we would like to tell, in our next session, we would like to elaborate this program in detail with, the kind of structural presentation, so that student will get to know about, the step-by-step thing in, with a better clarity. But yes, well explained. All this discussion, when I interact with our students, there is a very, very strong question, or a very, kind of a general question that comes. USMLE is very tough. It's very difficult. It's very complex. Is it really worth? I mean, will I be in a position to sustain that kind of momentum? My question comes to Dr. Urvish. Dr. Urvish, you have mentored so many students while you're going through your profile. You've mentored so many students in such a short span of time. These questions may be also coming to you. And you have also nurtured your journey from India to with so many research papers, such a, I'll say, elaborated profile. Dr. Urvish, please enlighten our students a very baseline question: how difficult it is, what is the right way of looking into it?
Thank you, Anuj. First of all, thanks for this opportunity. Now, I completely agree with you that plenty of time people are having this question, students are having these questions that what is the time we should quit? Okay, should I quit or not? And probably in last 4 years, I have mentored more than 200 students, and probably every single student asks the same question, or we ourselves ask this question 2 or 3 times during the journey at least. Okay, because every single phase there is a challenge. It's we are talking about challenge, first of all, for exams, second, visa challenge, third, interview prep challenge, adjusting to new culture and new healthcare system. That is also a big challenge. And everything, if work very well, then you have to pass through rigorous interview process, unlikely like other country like India and other developing country. We are having it very good system where I can say you give the exam, you score well, you whatever branch you deserve, that you get it. If you don't deserve, sit again one more year, study well, and your parents will be supporting you. You are studying in the library 12, 15, 20 hours a day till you prove yourself a good suitable candidate. Unlikely to that way. In US we are having only one time chance to give step one. If you pass, you cannot take this exam again. What does it mean? That means if you pass with low score, that is, career is done. That is, first challenge is done. I cannot say the career is done. It's a long game. One factor will not decide the whole life of your journey, but still, that is a one chance you are getting it. On top of that, even though here in India, traditional family, our parents support us so that we can study in US, many of us, while we are studying USMLE, has to do some other work too. Like, we used to teach some students working somewhere else. Some people are Uber driver, many other things they used to do beside cooking, cleaning, and so many stuff for themselves. Okay, so it's a huge challenging journey. Is it worth it? It is completely worth pursuing this journey. It, rather than looking into like an end perspective that, I want to match, that's the only one thing I want to see, then you are not going to enjoy this journey. It's a better you enjoy every moment of this journey. Like, enjoy when you're studying steps, enjoy once you're doing rotation, enjoy healthcare, enjoy new tradition, new culture, new complete new system. You are going to have international students, you are going to have cultural amalgamation, or I can say exchange, culture exchange. So that is, all these things are enjoyable. But if you think, oh my god, it's 3 steps, 6 to 7 mean publication or median publication number you require to apply, 4 months of rotation, 4 LOR, and 2 year of duration, that is like challenging when you think every single thing at the same moment. So what I focus majority of the time, that I make sure that we not only encourage student, and making sure that their mental, I can say, to be precise, that mental encouragement, rather than having the because everyone is expert, everyone is hardworking, and that's why they're doctor, right? But the problem which we do not have it is dealing with the time issues, struggling with the management, deal with the all surrounding environment, and patience. Majority of the time patient is missing. So it's a journey of 2.5 years. So 50% people lose when it comes to patient, not hard work. And if you let's say if you pass through this journey, and let's say if you mess up somewhere, mess up in step one score, or messed up in step two score, or anywhere, then definitely there are multiple backup options to improve your score and get back to your game, right? People are doing MPH, people are doing postdoc fellowship, people are doing multiple rotation, multiple research. You can ask any one of us. Before we match also, we have plenty number of publications so that we get the interviews, right? So this is something very unique regarding to our IFMGE team. I feel when definitely there are multiple agencies are there, multiple people are there who can help you in a private way or in a institutional way. But what we believe is, not only we prepare you very well, but let's say if you don't make it up to the standard level, still we will help you to reach to that standard level back to the game in a shorter span of the time. For example, I did 2 years of MPH, 1 year of postdoc. Now, am I going to suggest someone to do MPH and improve their profile and spending 3 years and $60,000? No. But after passing through this 3 year of journey, I realized what are the loopholes, what are the connection method, what are the way we can utilize the same 1 year of experience, and we can push everything, the condensed experience in that 1 year, so the people can save money as well as time, and we can get back to the time, or I can say get back to the timeline without wasting energy, money, resources, and of course the patience, because more you struggle, more patience you are going to lose. And so that is the challenging thing. But here we are going to make sure that step scores is not going to be only deciding factor. In fact, step 1 score, now they are not going to consider from next year, it's going to be pass and fail. CS exam, clinical skill exam, they removed it. So they also know that these all are burnout math thing, and then it's challenging thing. So we are making sure how you are going to get best letter of recommendation by doing best rotations, how you can involve in university program, in a research institute, so that you can do the research with university program and get letter of support, so that you can pursue your career even with the mediocre score. Definitely higher, more the merrier, but it's not necessary everyone score the best, Yeah. So that is the way we are going to train you for overall point of view. We will fix you, we'll make sure we'll introduce you, and we'll put you in the team of the physician who's practicing in US. So they will make sure that they will work on your overall profile. They will train you for interviews and how to behave with all of this process, and then help you to get into the system, even with something is going plus or minus. So that is my take-home messages. It requires a lot of patience, beside little bit of hard work and intelligence. But patience is most important thing, and we are going to make sure how we can uh, implant all the small important key aspects in your life and in your career. Yeah.
Doctors, it is all about the connect. Mentorship is not about taking through the pathway or a official or a formal way of program structure. It is all about one-on-one connect, right? So it is a guru shishya parampara. And when a student, because first of all he's aspiring, so that aspiration is very valuable, right? And then he's looking up to you. Why he'll connect? Because he looks, you are all dynamic, you have recently achieved all your accolades, you are not in a middle age group kind of a thing. So they very correlate ki some year, 4 years down the line, how can be a Dr. Ammar or Dr. Shreebnivas or Dr. Urvish or Dr. Uvesh, right? So just that pathway, and I feel the kind of exuberance and the excitement and the energy that you have with this whole pathway. Certainly this will give a lot of confidence to the students. And as you mentioned, students leave patience. It is not about hard work. So when they are preparing for NEET, they're already hardworking, then they're able to sustain that thing, right? It is all about patience, and a lot of students, they doesn't get right pathway. As you said, so many other branches are there, so many other avenues are there, right, which they're not aware of. They only know this is USMLE and this is the journey. So this way, if we are enlightening them, certainly it's gonna give them a big perspective. Next, I'll invite Mr. Somesh. Mr. Somesh, representing Angeles University, very prestigious university in the education system, medical education system of the Philippines. Sir, I would like to share your vision of how this whole university is orienting students towards this extreme level of I'll say contemporary education, right? So how university and how you are taking the efforts so as to plan this whole pathway.
Yeah, thank you, Anuj, and thank you, team of doctors. So this USMLE pathway program is something which is the most demanded and aspired program so far in every medical aspirant in India or abroad. Lot of students, parents were keep me asking that, sir, I want my kid want to do USMLE and want to do post graduation in US. So we were also doing something like we were also trying to connect with Kaplan and other institutes, and they have started programs also in our university. But somewhere we were not able to connect with them. Like, those people are tutors. They were not. Um, they have not accomplished this by that way. The Indian student or South Asian student, a medical graduate, go with that journey. Somebody who is born and brought up in US and teaching a Indian student to how to cope up with how to crack USMLE, so that will be a different thing. And an Indian is who has already gone through with all those things which is required to become an attending physician and coming to Indian students. So that is the USMLE pathway program. Okay. And why you asked me that why we have launched it with Angeles University Foundation. So it is very simple. You have very much rightly said that Angeles University is the place where academic and practical knowledge for a medical student comes first. And the first reason to choose Angeles University Foundation to launch this program among Indian students and the local Filipino students is this, that is PASCO recognized. And ECFMG, who regulates IMGs, international medical graduates into US, so they clearly mention that if you are coming from Philippines, your medical school or university should be accredited by PASCO. So this is the first reason that why we have started this at AUF. Second most important thing is this: the students who are studying at AUF are of very, very different kind of attitude, because if you see foreign graduates who are going outside India, Indian students who are going outside India to study medicine, so they are worried about MCI screen test or FMG screen test, and they keep trying all the 5-6 years to do that. Okay, to find the solution of those MCQs and practicing that FMG exam. But I have seen that the students who are studying at AUF, they really don't care about FMG, because they know that when they are studying it in this university, so FMG is not the challenge, but the challenge they should take is USMLE. So students inspired me, actually. My students who are at AUF has inspired me to find a right team to launch this USMLE pathway program among them. And that's why we are here today at this stage, when we have great doctors team with us who are ready, who are equipped to run this program and pull those students who are really ready to do hard work, give their 100% for this expedition. And definitely they will be in US as an attending physician, because these people who are guiding them have done this by their own. So they know that what need not to be done. They know that is the most important thing I found, that it is not like that AUF students were not going to US. AUF students were going to US earlier also. They were cracking USMLE also. But they were doing experiments by their own. Okay. And when you are doing experiments, so your success rate obviously will be very low. Okay. And your time taking, your investment, your hard work will take this more. But when you have people like this, doctors sitting with us right now, when we have people like this, so you know you are focused and you need to do only those things which they are guiding to you. So you do not waste money. You do not require to waste your time in experimenting a lot of things. So here we are at the right place with right people. Angeles is the right platform for USMLE pathway program. These doctors are the right people who can take this mentorship ahead. And the students at AUF are the right students with whom we can run this program to get them really successful. So it's completely a win-win situation for everyone, and everybody wants to see the success, and we have the right ingredients with us. This is what I would like to say right now.
I think this is one of the most resourceful session that I have done till date. And when I say resourceful means a lot of people, they have inspiration, they have small inspiration, big inspiration, and you guys are real models, real time. Because in India, we talk a lot about USMLE, and to be honest, USMLE is the highest missold program in India also. People are selling Caribbean island countries, small countries with devastating infrastructures, with the fake promising of getting into internship into USA and all. So there's a lot of things hanging around. But yes, when we conduct sessions like these and we have people or doctors who are there, then it speaks for itself, right? The pathway gets cleared. The students are mentored in the right direction. And to be really honest, there is no shortcut to success. And this session has really enlightened us. You have categorically shared your experiences, Dr. Ammar. Dr. Shreebnivas, you explained it very well. And Dr. Urvish, the basic question that I've asked with you, is it really, difficult to sustain that momentum? Dr. Uvesh, you have also explained it very well. How it comes like aspiring to be a US, what are the rewards that comes, right? And but yes, there are certain hard works to that. So with this, I think this session will go very long. There will be a lot of visibility for this session, and a lot of inspiration for you people. So thank you very much for sparing your precious schedules amongst your so as to for our audience, definitely. And I would definitely like to conduct these sessions again, because you know students will demand this session. This is a first session, but yes, this could be a recurring session. So I'm sure, doctors, you can spare your time in the future as well.
Yes, if you are ready to pay in dollars per minute.
No, we are happy to help. It was one of our common motives for the entire team that like we want to help students because we have been through the process and we know how hard it was and what all that we all have been through. And the thing is, USMLE is not like a common journey. If you ask every single one of us, we have gone through totally different process. Other than giving the step exams, each one of us has a different story to tell. So given all of our experiences, we thought that it is something that will make us happy and helping the fellow students. And hopefully they also get the same success that we all have.
Dr. Shreebnivas, your closing lines, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Dr. Uvesh said, the whole reason we started this was to help students. I really think that more than helping students, this is something that they are going to be future physicians here in the US. They're going to be our colleagues. They're all going to be on the same standing as us someday. And that's what we aspire to see for our students and everybody who's on this medical journey. It's really difficult. It's very hard. But we hope to call them our colleagues one day and practice with them here in the US. That would be wonderful. And I'm glad you put this all together, and we're more than happy to answer any questions that they may have. And we are working on getting our website up, and they should be able to reach out to us whenever they want to.
Dr. Uvesh, a last closing remark from your side as well, please.
Urvish or
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Urvish.
Yes. So yeah, I always believe that hard work and intelligence, you require persistence, and we will teach you how to develop that here. Plus, we will be here in each and every moment of your journey, and we'll show you how to enjoy this journey rather than burn out through it. And definitely, I can say that physicians, majority of the time, they know it very well, that difficult moments in the life define who we are and or maybe who they are. So definitely it's going to be a difficult journey, but it's going to be very enjoyable and will make it possible together.
Thank you. And last, definitely, Dr. Ammar, you always have been a silent doctor. But yes, I would like to take your final remarks before we'll take the session up.
Yeah, I agree with my fellow physicians here. We'll just all we want to do as a part of IFMGE is take all our experience and in coming to the United States and using all that experience what we have gathered to help future doctors come here to the United States and build a successful career so that they can save time. And we have put in our time, and it's so that we can save their time in coming here and practicing as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Somesh. Thank you, Dr. Ammar Qureshi, Dr. Shreebnivas, Dr. Urvish Patel, and Dr. Uvesh Mansuri for sparing your precious time. I would again thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, so as to guide us and enlighten us, and wish to look forward for more enlightening sessions in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Doctor.
Say hello to GMU, the one-stop shop for all your admission needs. We introduce you to the finest universities and help find the best fit based on your profile. We help with applications and assist with documentation, visas, and even accommodation. With over a decade's worth of experience, 40 university partners in 10 countries worldwide, and more than 5,000 satisfied students, GMU does it all. Fix a meeting with us today